Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome to another Europa Universalis 4 campaign! We just finished playing as Japan during the Mandate of Heaven expansion, and it went tremendously well, but for the first time in my EU4 YouTube career, I've actually finished a campaign before Paradox has even announced the next major expansion. So, now that we are in the third Rome era of the game, we have a bit of time to kill, and I think I'm going to start up a new campaign today. Now, for those of you who might be new to the channel, do be aware this is going to be a little different from usual because I'm not anticipating that I'm going to have time to take this campaign all the way to 1821, the actual end of the game. So it may just kind of end halfway through, and if that's going to upset you, I do apologize. I would highly recommend that if you are new, take a look at some of my past campaigns. Japan, Ethiopia, and Venice are quite good, I would say, and do finish the game properly in 1821. But for today, I'm just going to do a side campaign knowing that it probably will not be able to finish. Now, we are in the third Rome era of the game, as I said, and some people mistake that as an expansion. It is not. It is an immersion pack, which changes the way that Russian-cultured nations play a little bit, but otherwise is not an actual major expansion. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Mandate of Heaven era is still in full swing. Now, you might say that I should play as a Russian nation, and unfortunately, I've already done a Russia campaign, so I'm going to have to rule that out, otherwise it would be appropriate. The other thing that people have asked me to do is play as a Native American nation, which I would love to do. However, if I'm going to do that, I want to take it all the way until 1821 and do it justice, which I don't think we're going to have time to do. I imagine we only have a couple of months before the next announcement. So instead, I'm going to be playing as a small nation in the HRE, a different kind of Roman Empire, and see how far we are able to get until the next expansion drops. And that's going to be fun for me, because I've never actually played within the HRE before. I've got about 400 hours logged into this game, and never played inside the HRE. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's go ahead and pick out our nation. Now, I've said in the past during a stream and during some videos in the last campaign, I've picked out a nation. We will be playing as Moravia, which was a nation that was just added into the game in Mandate of Heaven, otherwise was inaccessible. And you might say, well, where the heck is Moravia? I don't see it anywhere on the map. You're right, that's because it is not in the game by default. You have to start as Bohemia and then release it as a subject nation. So we're going to go ahead and start off here. What's this? Oh, following vassals of Silesia. For some reason, I looked at this as the Russian flag, and I'm like, what the heck? Bohemia does not have a vassal of Russia? Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. I will be playing on normal mode, not Iron Man. The reason I don't do that is because these EU4 campaigns can take months, and you never know when Paradox is going to release a patch that ruins Iron Man saves. Obviously, I don't want to do that. So, we're going to start off as Bohemia, and then we have to release a vassal, Moravia. There we go. Starts off with only these two provinces we can play as the subject nation, and bam, now we have tag switched, and there we are. Moravia, you might recognize this, by the way, if you have played Crusader Kings 2. Great Moravia was a nation that sort of starts off in this region here, usually gets subjugated kind of quick by the medieval powers of Europe, but otherwise, historically got conquered, kind of annexed into the Kingdom of Bohemia, and never really heard from again. So already we're deviating from history. And to that extent, for a long time, when this nation was released, the first few months, Paradox did not have any special idea groups for Moravia. They were just generic default ideas, just extra money, production efficiency stuff. Very lackluster, very boring, very generic, I guess. But I don't know when this happened, but very recently, they did add in some custom national ideas for Moravia, so let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. We start off with an extra 10% national manpower and 10% goods produced, both of which are pretty decent. That's not half bad. And if we are able to get all of these state ideas, we will be able to get a state maintenance reduction of minus 15%, which is kind of okay. It reduces the cost of your state, since you do have a maintenance cost, so it saves me some money. It's probably about as good as the goods produced modifier, maybe a little bit worse. Kind of meh, but it's there. As far as our specialized ideas, we have the Margraviate of Moravia. The privileges of the Moravian Diet dates back to the 12th century. The title gives us great influence in the region, as kings or even emperors have competed for the goodwill of the Moravian estates for centuries. Diplomatic reputation +1. Very useful in the HRE. We have to play the diplomacy game, so I'm hoping that this works out well for me. Religious Sanctuary gives me a tolerance of the true faith +2. Cities of Moravia gives me a development cost reduction -10%. Pretty useful, I guess. Saves me some monarch points. Not amazing, but okay. Land of Vineyards. Lots of famous wines, apparently. Production efficiency plus 10%. Alright, pretty good. Saved me some money. German quarters. Our proximity to the German regions have led to a long history of close cooperation and integration within the German political and economic sphere. Max promoted cultures plus 1. Kinda meh. Not a fan of that one, but it's there. Jesuit University. Yearly papal influence plus 1 and administrative tech cost reduction of 10%. That's pretty solid right there. I do love saving me some monarch points. We already found in the last campaign how powerful that can be. Now, I am curious if the yearly papal influence converts over to yearly church power if we were to become a Protestant nation, which we may or may not do. I have not decided yet. It's going to depend on how that League War is looking when we come to it, but that could be interesting. At the very least, a 10% cost reduction is very, very solid. And then lastly, Legacy of Great Moravia. Centuries ago, long before the current powers that now dominate Europe, this region was all subdued by Great Moravia. We must cherish this legacy and build a new empire for the Moravian people. Unjustified demands minus 25%. Makes wars a little bit better for us, but otherwise, kind of meh. So these are a solid C rating of ideas, I would say. The diplomatic reputation, very good. Tolerance is alright. I don't mind the development cost. It's not amazing, but anything that saves me monarch points is always better. I really like this, though. That's pretty solid. Everything else, kind of okay. But yeah, so I'm not sure when they added that into the game, but I'm thrilled that we don't have the default ideas anymore. That actually makes this playthrough a little bit more respectable. But now that we're about 6 minutes into this video, let's go ahead and start up the campaign. So how do we want to start this? We're playing as a vassal. Right now we have no troops. Probably should build some of those up. We are surrounded by Austria, far stronger than me. Hungary, far stronger than me. And most likely Poland is going to eat up Silesia. And then we'll be having the Commonwealth on our border as well pretty soon. So a bit of a dangerous position for me. And on top of that, we are starting off as a subject nation, which means I don't really have the free reign to do whatever I want. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me. Obviously, I need to declare independence from Bohemia, probably pretty soon, and somehow survive against far larger powers. How are we going to do that? I don't know. I mean, we could choose to stay as a vassal of Bohemia if we think that Bohemia will be able to feed us some land and make us stronger before they try to annex us. And to be honest, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that. I mean, again, my only borders are really with Austria and Hungary. They're not going to go to war with these guys all willy-nilly. That's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I think our most likely avenue of expansion here is probably going to be to declare independence and then cannibalize Bohemia and Silesia wherever we can. Try to take over this region, become a respectable member of the HRE. And then I don't know after that. Maybe we have to challenge probably Poland, honestly. I mean, if we're starting off in the HRE, then we probably want to try and play the HRE game as best we can, perhaps even try to become the Emperor at some point. And if we are going to be playing as the HRE, we don't necessarily want to conquer everybody, right? We want to have as many independent, oh god, that sucks. We want to start off with as many independent princes as possible to increase Imperial Authority so we could pass a bunch of reforms, possibly actually create the HRE as a nation. That'd be pretty fun, but obviously very difficult in our current state. So to that extent, our expansion options are mostly to expand away from the HRE so we can add more land to it and increase Imperial Authority eventually. But for now, I'm not too sure. Alright, well, our best bet then is to find the people who currently hate Bohemia and see if we can make them support our independence. And right now that is Hungary, Lithuania, and Poland. Well, Poland and Lithuania most likely will be forming the Commonwealth, or rather creating that personal union very soon. I think it's like a 10% chance that they don't. So Lithuania is probably about to lose their freedom, and we're going to see that change. For now, I guess it would make some sense to, well, first of all, let's pick a mission. We could improve relations with Austria. We could create an army. What's our force limit right now? 5. Ouch! Alright, what do we get from this? Land maintenance modifier and recruitment time. That would save me a pittance of money. I think the diplomatic reputation makes more sense. We're going to improve relations with the Emperor, Austria, and I think we'll improve relations with Hungary as well, who is allied to Austria. And if we can get these guys to support our independence, which they are willing to do, that would be excellent. We could try to call in Hungary against Bohemia and try to get free. We may also want to try to get Poland. Well, let's see. No, they can't because they cannot reach Bohemia. Well, Austria is not interested. They have a neutral attitude toward Bohemia. Saxony, no. Brandenburg, no. This is an interesting position where really only Hungary can offer to help us. We may have very little choice but to sort of wait until Bohemia has gotten into a war and expended a lot of their troops. And then as soon as that war ends, declare it and try to bring in Hungary. Or we could wait until Bohemia and Poland have a spat, and Poland gets some borders. That's going to be a little bit tough for us, though. We do not want to accept a royal marriage offer with them. We could get an advisor, but to be honest, right now I need to save up some money. You might be saying, why don't you go ahead and build up some troops? Yeah, but that will cost me money, and right now the troops will mean nothing. If anyone attacks me, Austria, Hungary, whatever, I will not be able to defend myself. So for the time being, until I'm prepared to actually fight Bohemia, I'm not sure it's really worth spending the money. We should probably use up our merchants at the very least, though. We are currently in the Saxon trade node, so let's go ahead and collect here. And probably... we don't really have control anywhere, but let's see if we can steer some more money out of Vienna. Transfer trade power. It's not going to do a lot for me, but let's see. If I can increase my trade income a little bit come the end of the month. Yeah, a tiny bit. It's not worth a lot. Oh well. Yeah, we're tremendously weak right now. We actually would have an easier time if we had started off as Silesia. Could try getting Hungary and Poland to support us. But alas, that did not happen. Let's sort of see what happens if Poland and Lithuania do form their personal union. I'm curious if anyone else rivals Bohemia. Maybe, maybe not. The Kingdom of Italy and the Empire. For years now, Imperial Authority over the Kingdom of Italy has been waning. Successive emperors have failed to impose their will on the Italian states, and large areas that are formerly part of the empire have been lost to Venice and the Papal State, who reject the empire's rights to them. Does Venice seem a little bit stronger than usual to me? I don't recall them having all this land. Maybe they do. Yeah, that's probably about right. Anyway, so Northern Italy is going to break free. The Shadow Kingdom event is going to fire. That's kind of fun. Let's go ahead and do best guess here for the time being. I want to know what happens in Austria, Hungary, and Silesia. I suppose one option would be to try to improve relations with Silesia and encourage them to ally and fight back against Bohemia. But right now they are loyal. So that's not going to work out tremendously well for me. Let's go to speed 5. There's really nothing I can do until we've improved relations with some people and try to get some allies. The Emperor has... I'm sorry, not the Emperor. The Pope has died and a new one has been elected. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to worry about the Catholic side of the game now. Haven't had to do that for a long time. I was worried about the Shinto faith. It's going to be fun. Let's see. They decided to teach Maine how to fight against England, presumably. Yep, England declares war on France and the restoration of Union, Casus Belli. Okay, so France and England are now at war. That's kind of inevitable. That should go really well for France if they play their cards correctly. Noble family requests aid. We can lose some money and gain nobility favor, loyalty. What would that gain me right now? It would get me a land maintenance modifier and save me a tiny bit of money. Nothing extraordinary, but I don't really want to lose admin power, so I guess we'd rather spend the money than the admin power. Could call this. That would improve things a little bit. Don't know if it does a lot for me, though, until they have more influence. No, not that important. Seek support of the clergy. I mean, we can't really demand any power until they have some more influence is the thing. Maybe we want to do that to get the early monarch points. Yeah, let's call a Diet. Let's go ahead and demand their military support, get 50 more power. We will seek their support and demand power, and we'll grant monopoly charters, and we can't do anything with them for a bit. So we lose a bit of prestige, but that's fine. It's going to tick up over time. Nothing I can really do about that right now. Let's see, a new king in Bohemia. Okay. So let's see. Bohemia is of the kingdom rank. And the downside is, if you are part of the HRE, no matter how large you get, you can never form the empire rank unless you are the emperor, I think. Well, I could be wrong on that point. I don't think so, though. As a duchy rank, yeah, we cannot change it. Let's see. There it is. Manpower and income from vassals, whereas Bohemia, we can't see. Nope, we don't get to see what happens as far as changing rank. That's just not something we can do for a little bit. duchy, kingdoms, and empires. Yeah, we need a lot more development. Lots more. I'd love to fight Bohemia. That would be fantastic. But for the time being, let's just keep going on speed 5, try to improve relations with some people. Let's see. Poland. What? Poland did not go for Lithuania? You are kidding me. Well, that changes up the geopolitical landscape a little bit. Poland is not going to have the Commonwealth. Why on earth would you do that? You confuse me, Poland. Alright, we've improved relations with Austria. More Diplo rep. That's going to be helpful. Create an army for our nation. I guess we could go ahead and start doing that. We could solidify papal relations. Yeah, we have to play with the Holy See. Papal influence is, of course, a useful thing. Could use that for a few benefits. Diplomatic reputation. Inflation reduction. Legitimacy. Taxes. Prestige of free stability. That's quite good. Or, improve our prestige, get 50, and we would have 100 admin power. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Improving relations with the Pope early on could be nice. I love getting that extra prestige. Oh, sorry, stability. This, however, would also be very easy for us to do. Let's go ahead and just create an army for our nation. We need to do that anyway. We're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, and a Latin Knight. That's 5. That's our full force limit right there. Master of Mint has died. Don't care. Okay, let's go ahead and pull off of Austria. So you would definitely support my independence, which sounds quite nice. I need someone else to hate Bohemia, though. I mean, this is going to be a kind of an awkward position for me. If I can't get someone like Silesia to want to ally against Bohemia, there's really not much I can do. Alright, we've already finished that mission. That was nice and quick. Let's solidify our papal relations for a bit. I will go to the Pope and improve. Bavaria? Neutral attitude about me. Yeah, I need somebody who hates Bohemia. Let's see. Diplomatic map mode. Or wait, there's an opinion map mode, right? Yes. Who doesn't like Bohemia? Who's not neutral towards them? Let's see. The Palatinate feels threatened by them. Saxony. Brandenburg likes them. Austria, I really wish you would support me. That'd be fantastic. Heretic Hussite. Huh. I'm surprised they have a neutral opinion towards Bohemia. They shouldn't, as far as I'm concerned. Their opinion is minus 77%. If only I could find a way to stir up some trouble between them, that'd be great. Let's go ahead and improve relations with Poland for a bit. I'm not sure if they are going to go to war against Bohemia and take part of Silesia and get borders. If they do, obviously that's a fight that I will be called into. But maybe I can just hide in a corner somewhere and let them fight it out. I mean, that'd be great, right? Let's reduce our army maintenance. No reason to spend this much money. Not going to go to war for a little bit. Group up. There we go. And just sit back for a little while. And this is going to be kind of the early game for us. We're just going to have to sit back and improve our diplomatic relations with a lot of people. Big, part of the HRE game. Very diplomatic, less warlike. If I can get enough money, I would love nothing better than to start building some useful stuff, too. I mean, we don't really have access to any tech, though. Let's see. Yeah, I need monarch points, man. Can't really afford any advisors, though. Yeah, we're going to be in a very, very weak position for a long time. War of the Roses in England. They supported the House of Lancaster. That's an interesting choice. Huh. They didn't support York. Unhappiness among the artisans. Lose stability. Crap, I have to lose the money. Alright, abolish attacks. Who are you at war with? Looks like the Teutons in Poland are already at war. Oh, Bohemia. Oh, Bohemia. Bohemia loves me, and apparently I like them a lot. Which is not so good. I really want to increase my liberty desire, but they've made me like them way too much. Puts me in an awkward position. I mean, we'll still be able to fight them, but we'll lose the stability, I think. Yeah, a bit of a problem. Perhaps I could fabricate claims on some land, and that will create some hostility. I'm not too sure yet. Poland, I really do not know why on earth you wouldn't take the personal union over Lithuania. That's just such a huge advantage. That's going to be really good for me in the long run because it's going to make it easier for me to eat Poland if I am able to become independent and eat some of this land, but even so... Trade League disbanded in Novgorod. Did Novgorod already die? Whoa, what's this? Whoa! Who are you? Belu Zero. I have never seen you before. Must be new in the Third Rome expansion. Huh. I'm going to do something I don't normally do right now. I want to look at some stuff. Debug mode. Let's just do a quick tag switch over to Muscovy. I want to see what their... There we go. So this is the new stuff that was added in the Third Rome expansion. Power for reforming the subjugated. Subjugated? I don't know. Autonomy -10 in all provinces. Yeah, you can support some different factions and stuff. There's some special events you can do to strengthen up your government. But it involves something called power. I'm not too sure how that works yet. And of course, the patriarchal authority has been reworked a little bit. You can choose an actual saint, like a patron saint for the Orthodox faith, which gives you some sort of benefits. Kind of cool, honestly. But yeah, so that's the new stuff that's in the Third Rome, but obviously we don't get to play with that. Let's tag switch back over to Moravia. This is one of the advantages, by the way, of not doing an Iron Man game. You can do things like that and take a look. Anyway, moving forward on speed 5. Yeah, so this can be kind of a boring start to a game, but this is what happens when you start as a vassal and you don't really have an army to speak of. I mean, we could try to get Hungary in on a war against them, but will they win? Probably not. Alright, influence in the Curia has ended. Good. So, yearly papal influence plus 0.5, and the Renaissance has fired. Renaissance. Improve prestige. That sounds likely. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Papal influence is going up by it was going up by 1.5 per year. That's kind of useful. Obviously, I'm not expecting to get any cardinals or anything for a long time, and we certainly can't try to have control of the papal state, the Curia controller. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, I haven't played the Catholic game in a while. How are we looking as far as the Imperial Reforms? So this is something I've never really had to mess with before, but we can see that the Imperial Authority is going up by 0.19 per month. In a lot of ways, it's got some similarities to the whole Empire of China in that sense. Depending on how much mandate you're getting, you can pass reforms. Same sort of concept here. And it looks like what drives this is the more free cities you have, the more member states, so independent princes that you have. And let's see. Currently 16 provinces in the Empire under the control of non-members is reducing it. Okay. Peace in the Empire is helping. Increases authority by 0.1. That seems pretty massive, to be honest. Far more important than having member states. That'll be important for me to remember. And I think that once the Protestant Reformation fires, having heretic princes will be a big detractor to this as well. So usually the AI is able to pass 1 or 2 reforms before the Protestant Reformation fires. It'll be interesting to see how well that works. And what we get out of that is the Emperor can pass a reform with the help of the electors. Everyone gets to vote. Reichsreform. The Emperor gets construction and development cost reduction, and all members do as well. That sounds kind of useful to me. Gives casus belli on non-members holding imperial territory. Very important. Institute Reichsregiment. The Emperor gets diplomatic reputation, everyone else gets less unrest. That could be good for me too. Reform the Hofrecht. I don't know. We can get yearly legitimacy. The Emperor gets quite a few nice benefits there. Core cost reduction, that's great. The Geiminer, Fenig, I don't know. Diplo rep. Emperor gets 20 tax income, wow. Disallow internal HRE wars. I like the tech cost reduction, but we may not want that. Not for a while. I do kind of want to consolidate my power in the HRE and become an elector. Conquering Bohemia would be great. Let's see. HRE is now always inherited by the same country. Yeah, if we're going to become the emperor, that's something we definitely want to pass. Make sure we always are the emperor. And then all members of the HRE become direct vassals or leave the empire, giving complete claims on all lands, and then finally form the Holy Roman Empire as an actual country, integrate all states. Pretty strong. Pretty darn strong. Let's go ahead and pull off of the Pope. Don't need that anymore. Poland likes me. They'd be happy to ally me if I were, not a vassal. Poland is currently at war. Poland cannot reach Bohemia. Yeah, until they do something here, we're never going to be able to get them to support us. And until Austria has a neutral attitude, That's going to be a problem. Also, they have too many diplomatic relations, so I don't think we're ever going to get any help here. Maybe we can try improving a little bit with, let's say, Bavaria or somebody. Just kind of keep our options open for a while. Any of Bohemia's neighbors. You know, anyone who might be willing to support my independence if they like me. Well, there's our first war right there. Bohemia has declared a war against Saxony. Okay. I'm not going to assist them. I want them to lose as many troops in this as possible. And then perhaps immediately after, I have to ask Hungary to support my independence, like so. Let's go ahead and do that now, lock that in. And we'll have to fight Bohemia. The House of von Hrak is shaken. Lose legitimacy or prestige. Our legitimacy is actually going down right now because our prestige is so low. That's interesting. I guess we go ahead and lose the prestige for now. Hungary has accepted. Good. Now, we can't do this now. Can we? Wait a minute. We can. Oh. I can call this war now? Really? This is news to me. I could use this opportunity. I'd have to lose all 4 stability. I don't think anyone else is going to support me here. Let's do a quick check. Yeah. Nobody's willing to do this. This is our opportunity if we want to. We could also take the military tech. Military tactics and land morale would give us a huge advantage. We do need to take that no matter what. But we could use this opportunity to try to siege down, let's say, Silesia's capital or something and have Hungary come in. And in the meantime, Bohemia and Brandenburg are being sieged down by Magdeburg, Brunswick, and Saxony. So this is perhaps the best opportunity we are going to get. I just hate that I have to lose 4 stability in order to make this work. It's going to hurt me quite a bit, but I don't think we have a choice, to be honest. Now, the question is, do I want to spy on these guys and try to get a claim? I'm going to try. I'm going to pull off of Bavaria. I don't see this working out well for me. I need these guys to lose as many men as possible. Guys, you need to stop running away! Brunswick and Saxony are just rolling over and dying right now. I think we may have to declare this war now anyway, to be honest. We need to distract them so that these guys can function as our de facto allies. Get some troops together and try smashing down Bohemia. Yeah, I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to go for this now. All we have to do is defend our capital and we get a ticking war score. Alright, here we go. I declare independence. Ouch. That's going to hurt. But Hungary is now our ally. Let's kill this one troop real quick. I need to get a general, don't I? Let's see what our leader can do. It's okay. I don't have enough power for another leader. So let's go ahead and take the risk. Put a general in charge. Kill this little one stack like so. We're going to go and siege down Silesia's capital. It's the best I can do. And in the meantime, Hungary, they are distracted. Go, go, go. Oh, God. No! Save me, Hungary! Thank you! All right, they ran. Good, we're ruthless. Land fire damage. That means nothing at this stage of the game, but okay. Maybe we actually don't want to go for Silesia. Let's help them with their capital. Let's try sieging down Bohemia's capital in Prague as fast as possible. It's the only thing I think I can do. But I'm going to have to end this video here. This is a bit of a risky start, but if we're able to get independence this early on, that's going to be good for me. We'll have to see how well it works. Thank you all for watching. I hope you are excited for the series. I know that I am. Let's see how far we can get, everybody. I don't think we can form the HRE, but that would be fun, wouldn't it? Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I, as always, will see you guys next time.